I'm in Shenandoah National Park. This is near Big Meadows. This is called Tanner's Ridge. There's my little red car. And I am parked next to a fire road, which is right there. Up there's Big Meadows and the lodge and everything. And right there at that bend is Tanner's Ridge Overlook. This is going to be a real short hike. I'm going to go down that fire road until I cross the Appalachian Trail, and then I'm going to start looking for a spring, Lewis Spring. And once I find that, then I'm going to look around to see if I can find the location of where one of the shelters used to be. It was pulled out in the 1960s though, because it was too close to Skyline Drive. So let me close up my car and we'll get started and see what we can find. Two-tenths of a mile into my hike, I'm down to 3320 elevation, and here's the spring. It was easy to find because I could hear it. Quite a flow coming out of it today. And then right up here, just above it, is the spring house. Right there. So now that I've found this, I got to get my compass out and see if I can, it's pretty overgrown around here, but I'm going to look around, see if maybe I can find where the shelter used to be. Here's another spring house. It's just down the street from the other one, which was up there. The one I just showed you is right up there. And then there's this one here. In fact, if I walk over here, you can hear the water. Listen. Well, after wandering around and exploring for a while, I don't see any trace of the shelter, but up there is one of the springs. Right here to my left is another one. And right up there is the Appalachian Trail. So after studying the map for a while, I've decided that the shelter either was located right there where that gravel turnaround is, or down here in this flat area, which you'll also know is pretty cleared out. I think I might put my money on this spot down here. This is a little bit wetter, but if the map's accurate, that's probably where it was. Down there where that concrete signpost is, this road used to continue straight and then bend around to the left. I'll show you that on the map talk. But the old road that's on this map went straight ahead. That sign directs you to the left to a foot trail that takes you down to Lewis Falls. I'm going to walk over here and mark this spot with my GPS, and then when I get home I'm going to see how that fits on the topo map. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Big Meadows 1994. And I was searching for the former site of the Lewis Spring shelter. There was a half a dozen shelters along the Appalachian Trail that the Park Service took out back in the 1960s because they were too close to Skyline Drive and they had turned themselves into party shelters, and Lewis Spring was one of them. This red line here is Skyline Drive going through the park, and that little black dot right there was the site of the shelter. So you can see it was very, very close, less than a half a mile from here to here. And this is a fire road, so it's very easy to get down here. So anyhow, they took it out, but I decided I was going to go down there and see if I could find the spring and find the site where it was. So this is located in the Big Meadows area. This stuff through here is the Big Meadows complex up in Shenandoah Park. This is mile marker 51. So if you're coming down from the north, you go past the Big Meadows complex, and right at this bend in the road, there's a little pull-off that holds about 6 cars. And there's a sign just in front of you that says Tanner's Ridge Overlook. Here's the Overlook. You can park there, but there's also a little pull-off parking spot right here. So I parked here, and then go down this gravel fire road, and you'll cross a bridle path here, and then you go down a little further and you'll cross the Appalachian Trail. And then as soon as you cross the Appalachian Trail, continue on down the gravel road and start listening and looking to your left, and you'll see the spring. Okay, so there's a spring here, and there's actually another spring over here on the east side of the driveway, or of the gravel road. So there's a spring here, and there's a spring house over here that's not even shown on the map. And they're nice structures built out of stone. So you can check those out. And then the site of the old shelter was just a little teeny bit further down the road off to the left. So I searched this area here. I even went down this old road, which is closed off now, down here a little ways and back. And I finally decided that the shelter must have been located either at, there's a gravel turnaround area that's real flat right in this area, or right at the turnoff to this trail that goes down to Lewis Spring Falls. If you're in this area and you've never been here before, it's worth going on down the side of the mountain and checking out the waterfall here, and then coming back up to here. But since I've been down to the falls before, I just kind of wandered around here looking around. I never did find any proof of where it was, but it was right here in this area. Back up to here, and that was it. It was a real short hike. The weather up on the mountain was kind of iffy today. It actually rained a little bit. Real short hike, just a little over a mile, and that included me wandering around, and about 265 feet of ascent. So if you're in the Big Meadows area of the park, it's worth stopping here and coming down and following this trail, side trail, down to the Lewis Spring Falls. And if you don't want to come back the same way, you can actually loop all the way around like this, around the Black Rock area, and come up and walk in through the campground and come all the way back like this. And that was the hike for today.